Hey guys, so today we're going to be talking about the solos of Pantera's A New Level. I'd like to talk about the solos. So Dimebag, I do not like to try to play what he does note for note. I know there are some people out there who really like to kind of map it all out exactly to the last note, and if it's a, I like to split the difference between super composed, super thought out, like what I imagined between the Buried in Me's compositional processes, or like Animals as Leaders, that kind of thing, versus like Kerry King and Slayer. Now I shall rainbow! Which is anything, just a lot of mad. I'm really mad. But with that in mind, I'm gonna try to break down what I like to do in these solos. So in the beginning, I like to hit the tonic first because that's what Dimebag does. He's in a D minor pentatonic, and he's basically just rocking a D minor pentatonic blues. And he ends up doing this cool thing where he hits the flat 7. And it's an A flat G F. And, you know, it's obviously shredding because it's blues. It's totally blues, Texas blues-based stuff. But he's also totally influenced by Van Halen and all the shredding stuff. So he's shredding. So you've got that. I take another couple measures to kind of just fart around in the pentatonic. But I like to end up at that F. That's also a really nice thing that he does there. That sort of A, G sharp, G, that chromatic downward. That's a super sweet fill. More pentatonic. Now, one thing that I'd like to talk about is the bow pressure in a solo and how I alter that to get certain guitar-like effects. So that's kind of meant to emulate a guitar bend up, and how I'm doing that is I'm applying a lot of pressure first, and then I end up while sounding up to the pitch. That's how I get that. The next thing I want to talk about is, for violinists, vibrato, and when to do it, when not to do it. Typically, what we know it as a classical vibrato is generally super out of place in something like this. We really don't want that at all. So I try to kind of get a very wide vibrato at times. I make sure to hit the pitch at some point, though, because if I don't hit the pitch, then you don't know what it is. Then it's like it's a classic bad violin technique. We don't want that either here. In that regard. See how I hit the pitch there, and then I leave it. And let's talk about the rig for a minute. So I'm going through a Fractal Axe 8. I also have an Ultra, but it's maybe a little too complicated for me right now. But this suits me just fine. For the shred, for the solo, what I've got here is it's modeling a 5150. So if you see here, it says PVH 6160 LD. That's basically a PV 5150, the Eddie Van Halen model. I chose that because I knew I know he plays through Randall amps, but I also knew that he was such a huge fan of Eddie Van Halen, and his sound is not unlike his, and you know his playing is certainly shows a lot of that. So a quick word about EQs. EQs are super important. I don't have time to get into it in this video, but needless to say, I definitely did not just buy the Axe FX or any other amp or amp simulator and just out of the box just did stuff. I sat there. My wife and kids were very patient with me while I sat there and turned knobs. I won't pretend to be an expert. I'm not a sound engineer. I'm not any of that kind of stuff. So I won't pretend to be an expert and say, "Oh well, I know that if you take out 4K here." No, I'm not going to say that. But I will say that EQing your instrument as a violinist, something that most violinists are not trained to do, that is one of the most important things in terms of getting your sound. So I think that about covers it. Thanks for watching, guys. I don't know exactly what video I'm going to do next, but if you have an idea, feel free to leave it in the comments.
What's the matter with you? Never read the comments if you want to stay sane.
I'll be looking at it. Let me know what you guys would like me to show next. I'll think about it too, but I'm definitely open to what you guys are thinking. Okay, so thanks. Happy playing.